An ideal husband is a man who thinks he has an ideal wife. It's not enough to be husband and wife, you also need to become friends and lovers, so that you don't look for them on the side. If you failed the first time, try listening to your wife. A woman should never choose a lover without the consent of her heart and her husband, without the consent of reason. Most of the marital friction arises from the fact that the wife talks too much and the husband listens too little. You can explain to others why you married your husband, but you can't convince yourself of it. Conjugal love, which passes through 1,000 accidents, is the most beautiful miracle, although the most ordinary. Most men demand from their wives virtues that they themselves do not deserve at all. According to the bride chosen by a man, it is easy to judge what he is like and whether he knows his worth. Both sexes are smart and stupid in their own way, strong and weak, but in different ways. That is the greatness of God's plan, that is the meaning of love, marriage, so that everyone reinforces his weak with the strong that there is in the spouse. No one is able to understand what true love is until he has lived in marriage for a quarter of a century. A just husband commands his wife not as the owner of property, but as the soul of the body, taking into account her feelings and always benevolently. The ideal husband is the one who is married to another woman. Try to praise your wife, it's okay if she gets scared out of habit. My advice to you, get married. If you find a good wife, you will be happy, if not, you will become a philosopher. A wife who loves her husband more than he loves her will certainly be a victim of his tyranny. We sleep in different rooms, we have dinner at different times, we spend our holidays apart. In short, we do everything to save our marriage. When a girl gets married, she changes the attention of many men to the inattention of one. A wife is necessary for a long life. She is the receptacle of half of a man's worries and 2/3 of his bad mood. The ideal wife knows all her husband's favorite dishes, as well as all the restaurants where they are served. She married him so that she could always be with him. He married her to forget about her. The final decision is the decision you make before your wife decides everything. There are two types of marriage, when a husband quotes his wife and when a wife quotes her husband. A loving wife will do everything for her husband, with one exception: she will never stop criticizing him and educating him. A good wife makes life more pleasant, a bad one teaches patience, therefore, each has its own merits. A good wife sees in her husband both a strength that needs to be broken and a weakness that needs to be protected. A man can save a state from destruction, rule the world and gain immortal fame with his wisdom, but in the eyes of his wife he remains a brainless idiot. My wife does what she wants with me, she even made me an academician. In my house, I am the owner, and my wife is only the decision maker. A happy marriage is one in which each spouse gives the other the opportunity to be right, although he does not believe in it. If a wife doesn't take care of herself, she takes care of her husband. A husband is a being who, after washing an ashtray, looks at his wife with the look as if he cleaned the apartment. Strange, but a fact, as soon as people get married, they stop taking care of each other's dignity and with terrible ease allow themselves what should not be allowed. A woman is happy when she sees her husband's smiling eyes and knows that she is the cause of this joy. It is also impossible to live without a wife, just as it is impossible to do without food and drink. Born and nurtured by women, we largely live their lives and have no opportunity to abandon them. A separate purse for spouses is a thing as unnatural as a separate bed. Choosing a husband for herself, a girl should be guided not by someone else's, but by her own opinion. The breeding ground in which the hearts of spouses are revealed is tenderness, condescension, warmth, gentleness, love.